Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update this channel daily. If you love this watch, see it and purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing a superlative pilot's watch that flies below the radar, the Breguet Type 20 Transatlantique, reference 3820 PT. That's right, a Breguet Type 20 in Noble Platinum 950. 39.5 millimeters in diameter. As I measure it across the bezel, the watch is commonly listed as a 39, but it has more wrist presence than that. You can see on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, the watch has character and it has stance, but it's also delightfully narrow across the wrist at 45.7 millimeters, meaning you can easily wear this watch on a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. It's neither thick nor thin, with a thickness of 14.5 millimeters, but a generously domed sapphire and a sloped bezel that will allow it to slide underneath both a jacket cuff and the shirt beneath. Spacing between the lugs surprisingly contemporary, as this is based on an early 1990s design, yet 21 millimeters between the lugs. Impressive footing and stance on the wrist because of that foresight by the designers. And the strap is a Breguet factory strap and brand new, as you can see. A little bit of bolstering next to the lugs and a monotone stitch, large rectangular scale alligator leather, semi-gloss finish black. You'll also appreciate that there is a full platinum clasp to match the platinum case. This is the way it should always be done. And because you do have a big and heavy platinum watch, it's always nice to have that big, bulky, heavy, massive sailboat-like keel underneath. It doesn't catch, it's low in profile, it's elegantly designed, but the sheer mass of it means that if you like to wear your watch loose on a strap rather than strangling your wrist, having that heavy buckle will prevent it from capsizing or turning over. Now the timepiece is simple and classical. Breguet coined case profile, present and correct. Handsome and sculpturally gorgeous teardrop style lugs, nicely integrated, present and correct. A case all of high polish with a handsome set of flourishes, including the deeply coined outer edge of the bezel and pump style chronograph pushers with screw down Breguet signed crown. A handsome watch, but very much a functional sports watch in all important regards. That screw down crown and case back endow the watch with 100-meter water resistance. The Chronograph function itself is both chronograph and flyback chronograph, so you can restart and reset at the same time with a single push without having to stop, reset, and restart. So you have that aeronautical flyback function from the caliber 582Q, which we'll discuss in a moment. Automatic winding, 48-hour power reserve, 4 Hz beat rate, quick set for the date. It's based on the LaMania 1350 series, which means it is a tank-tough 1970s chronograph caliber designed for sports watches from the outset. You'll also appreciate the fact that the dial is a lush blue lacquer, giving it incredible gloss and gleam and depth. And yes, this is a true tritium dial, part of the mid to late 90s series. There were actually 2 generations of this dial, one without the tritium and one with the more desirable being the older tritium signature, and that's exactly what you have here. But though they are tritium indices and numerals, nevertheless the watch does have applique indices for all the hours to match the high grade of the specification of this flagship piece. A platinum watch should have applique indices, and this one present and correct. You also note a little bit of calculated asymmetry with the chronograph minutes being rendered on a much larger dial than chronograph hours or constant seconds. A handsome piece and a versatile one. Throw this on a water-resistant band and you've got yourself a swimmable watch. You also have yourself a rare watch, a versatile watch from a sports and dress standpoint from one of the great names in watchmaking. And unlike, for example, Rolex or Patek Philippe, there's no one might even say 300% aftermarket price premium to deal with, nor an authorized dealer wait list to contend with. This is an awesome piece, and like I said, if you want a pilot's watch that flies below the radar, this Breguet Type 20 Transatlantique is your number. See it, make it yours on the Watchbox. And we're back with the Breguet Type 20 Transatlantique. As you can see, original tritium dial, dead as a doornail, but with service Breguet factory replacement Luminova hands, as well as Luminova pearl for the bezel, the bidirectional pilot's bezel, so you actually retain the functionality of a loomed watch while keeping the historic fabric of the tritium dial intact. The best of both worlds. See it and make it yours on the Watchbox.